Hello friends, Tony here, welcome. I had a comment in YouTube about the JWT authentication in Laravel, and in this video I'm going to do such a thing. I'm going to create a JWT authentication on Laravel system. I'm going to use this package from PHP open source saver, the JWT-auth, which has almost 1000 stars, and here we have, if you have worked with Timon designs in the past, you can now use this one, which I think is a wrapper of the Timon designs JWT auth. Okay, and let's start and create first thing the Laravel project. I'm going to say Laravel new, and the name, let's name it JWT auth. Okay, no starter kit, nothing, just the Laravel project, and then I'm going to install this package and create let's use MySQL here. I'm not going to create a database because I'm going to use that Laravel database I use for almost all the projects I create in this in YouTube. Now let's see in the JWT auth. We don't need to run the npm install, but let's run this composer require this package. Now we need to generate a secret key to handle the token encryption. For that we need to run the PHP artisan, or artisan in my case, JWT secret. Okay, and I'm going to open this with the VS Code. If I go to .env file in here and scroll down, we have the JWT secret here. Very good. Let's scroll up and see where we have database. I'm going to change this one to Laravel as I told you, and I'm going to save. Let's close. Next, let's open the user model, and here we need to implements the JWT subject from the PHP open source saver JWT auth contracts JWT subject. Then we need to create two methods down there. So public function get JWT identifier. Okay, and here let's return $this get key. Okay, and also let's create here the another function, public function get JWT custom claims. Okay, and here we return an empty array. Okay, let's save and let's close. Next, let's go in the, let's close this. In config we have this auth.php, and we need to make some changes. First, default guard we have auth env auth guard, or by default we have the web. I'm going to change that to be API, or we can change here, we can leave it web and add the auth guard in the .env file. So let's do that if you want. So go to the .env file and say down there auth guard to be API is the same. Okay, then scroll down and see we have guards here. We have only the web, we need also the API, so let's just copy this, duplicate it. I'm going to add down there, change this to be API, and the driver for the API is going to be not a session but the JWT. Like this. I'm going to save, and now let's close this. Let's open the terminal again and create a controller. So artisan make controller, and the name is going to be auth controller. Hit enter. Let's come here and let's open that auth controller. auth controller here, and I'm going to create a, let's say, public function register. Let's return here for now, let's say response JSON just register. Okay, and let's create a route and see if we return the register. Okay, now if I search for the API, we don't have that API inside the routes. We can go and run the PHP artisan install colon API, or let's go and I'm going to duplicate this to say API, and then let's make a route to point, so not like this, a route to point the post slash register, and we're going to use that controller, so the auth controller class, and the name is register. Okay, let's save. We have the API here. Now if I open, I'm going to use the Insomnia here, so let's me open the Insomnia. I'm going to make a new HTTP request, and let's say I'm going to make request to HTTP colon, and I have a Laravel heard, so I'm going to use this JWT-auth.test slash API slash register. If I send that not get but post send, we have 404 not found. We register this, so route post slash register, and we pass this one. So if I open the terminal again and run the artisan route list, we don't have that. We have a slash, a storage slash path, and the app. Why we don't have that? Because we need to go again in the app, in the bootstrap app.php file. Here we configure our application, and we have here with routing, web, commands, and the health. So that app here, as you can see. Now let's register also the API.routes. We created this API.php. I'm going to copy this and paste and change from web the API. And now let's open again this Insomnia and send a request. Now we have returned a register here. Very good. Let's close this now. And let's work with the controller. Let's close also this one. Let's implement the registration here. First, I'm going to return to remove this, and here we need to accept the response, the request, $sign request. And then I'm going to paste here a code just to save some time and show you. So first we validate the, let's save it. We validate the data, so request validate name, email, and a password. Then let's import the user from the model, and also the hash. Okay, so next we create the user, and we assign to this user variable. So user create name, email, and the password. Next we're going to create a token, so auth login. Let's say auth, import that from the support facade. Okay, I think we are good now. Yeah, so we create the token, auth login, passing that user, and then we respond JSON data, status success, message user created successfully, passing also the user and the authorization, which is here is a token, and the type of the authorization is using the bearer token. Okay, let's save this. And also I'm going to open let's open the DB engine and open the database. Open the table plus, and the name is Laravel of our database. Yeah, go to users. We don't have any users right now. Let's see. Let's open the Insomnia. And I'm going to hit this post, the register. If I say send, we have 200. Okay, good. But now if I come here and refresh, yeah, nothing. We need to go to headers and say add a new header, accept, and use the application / JSON. Okay, send request. Now the name field is required and the email and the password. Okay, let's go and add them on the body here. No body, let's add JSON or what you like. Here I'm going to add a name, and for now let's say test. Let's add the password, which is going to be in this case password, and we have also the email. I forgot to add here. I'm going to add the email, which is going to be test@email.com, and we need to say at here to be a valid email. And we have now the data, so the name, email, and the password. Let's send it. Let's say send, and now we return success, a message user created successfully. We have the user, the authorization is a token, and the type, which is a bearer. Let's see now the database. If I refresh, here we have the user. Okay, congratulations, we created a new user. Now let's create a login method here. I'm going to say public function login, and also here the same thing. We need to validate the data. Yeah, we need a request. Passing here the request $request, and let's validate the data. So $request validate, and okay, so here now for the login we need only the email and the password, and let me just put here the data. Now we have the validation. Next, I'm going to paste the code and just show you, because it's going to save us some time. We have here credentials, request only the email and the password. Then we create the token auth attempt passing the credentials. Okay, so we have only the email and the password, because maybe we send, or the hacker is going to send more, but we need only the email and the password. And if we don't have a token, we are going to return response JSON status error message unauthorized. Okay, otherwise we say user auth user and return response status success user, passing the user and the authorization token, and also the type, which is the bearer token. Okay, now let's go to API and register this route. So I'm going to copy and paste this, change this to be a login, and also a login here. Okay, now let's open the Insomnia. I'm going to, let's first change the name here to be register, and then I'm going to duplicate that. And this one is going to be a login. So let's say login, create. Now here I'm going to say to change that the pointers /API/login. We need only the email and the password, and let's say send. Success. Now if I change the password to something else, let's say password 1. Okay, let's submit this. So we have password 1 here. If I say send, error. Let's change back the password. What is the password for this user? Say send, and now we return success. Okay, so we make a login and register endpoints, I'm going to create also a logout endpoint. First, let's duplicate this, and I'm going to say logout. Let's say create is going to point to slash logout. Now on the logout, we don't need a body. We need on the headers to add the authorization, passing that bear token. So let's say bear and the token we get from the login. But for now, let's go and implement on the auth controller first. So let's create a new method, public function logout. Okay, and here what we need to do is just auth logout and return response JSON data, status, success, and message successfully logged out. Let's save and let's go to API, copy and paste this, post. I'm going to say logout, and also the name here is going to be logout. I'm going to save and let's see on the Insomnia here. Logout, send a request. We have status, success, message successfully logged out. And we don't add the bear token. We have, if I send again, we have that success. Because we don't protect this route. We need to protect this route. Otherwise, always it's going to be a success. So how we can do that? Let's go here and say pass in a middleware. And here I'm going to add the auth :API middleware. Save, come here and send again the same request. Now we have the message unauthenticated. Okay, let's go to login, send again this one. I'm going to copy now the token from this login, and let's go to logout and pass that token here and send a request now. Now we have status success and message successfully logged out. Now if I hit again this, we expect to have an error because this token has been destroyed. So let's say send, yeah, we have message, we are unauthenticated. So we have a register, login, and logout. Also, let's create a new method on the auth controller and also a route, which is going to be public function, and the name is going to be refresh. We're going to refresh the token, and here we're going to return response JSON, status success, user, auth user, and the authorization token, auth refresh to refresh the token, and type is going to be bear. Let's save and let's go to API. I'm going to copy this one because also the refresh needs to be logged in, so we need to protect with the middleware auth API. Paste that in instead of logout. Now let's change that refresh and save. Open the Insomnia. I'm going to duplicate this to be a refresh. Just let me change the name and we are okay. Also here we need to say refresh. If I send the request now, we have message unauthenticated. Let's go to login, send the request. Let's copy this token, go to refresh and replace the token with this one. Now send the request. We have success, the user, the token, which is a new token. So we can copy now this token, go to logout and paste that in, hit send. We have success and successfully logged out. Okay friends, that's it all about this video. What I wanted to show you how to implement the JWT register, login, logout, and refresh. Now if you like such a videos, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like the video, share with your friends, and yeah, see you in the next video. All the best.